All right. This time it's a Jurassic tree, and it does actually relate to that log jam that you found, that you looked at on the Isle of Wight, which is of southern pine trees or Araucaria pines. And this is a particular famous Araucaria pine. And I like to go and visit this tree whenever I go and visit the UK, because I always like to go to Kew Gardens. And this tree here is growing in Kew Gardens. It actually quite likes the climate there. It's doing very well. Now, these were found in Australia, so why should I go and visit one that's growing in Kew Gardens in England? Well, this particular tree was planted by David Attenborough back in 2005. And it's a Wollemi pine. And as I say, it's doing quite well. And this is that particular tree. It's starting to produce cones. So it's actually starting to reproduce. So that is good. And I know that they are propagating them. The Kew Gardens people, they have another garden at Wakehurst, and they've propagated a whole heap of those. And they've done the same in Australia. They've propagated them. And you can buy one and plant it in your own garden if you desire to do so. And if you do that, you get this little leaflet, this little pamphlet that comes with it, saying the Wollemi pine, grow your own living fossil. Now, that quote that's in the green print on a green background is a bit hard to read there, so that you're not intrigued by that and distracted, I've reproduced it there. The discovery of the Wollemi pine is the equivalent of finding a small dinosaur still alive on Earth. And the reason for saying that is that these fossils, these trees, were only ever known as fossils until 1994, and they were dated as Jurassic. So we're going back a couple of 100 million years old. And they thought they're dead and gone, but we do have other Araucaria pines still growing in Australia. And in fact, they are the main fossils that we have up at our Jurassic Ark site as well. Now, David Attenborough, when he planted this one at Kew Gardens, he commented, and the BBC quoted him here, it was covered by a lot of media, of course, because it was David Attenborough planting this thing. It is romantic, I think, that something has survived for 200 million years unchanged. And if we just go back, that's what's meant by living fossil. And this is a term that Charles Darwin ironically came up with. He said, these are living creatures that we can see living on the earth today, but they are the same as their fossils. So from when the first fossil that we found of these things was buried to the ones that we have living on earth today, they haven't changed. So he called them living fossils, and it's actually quite a good name. And in fact, we've planted a whole living fossil garden at our Jurassic Ark site. Now, David Attenborough, if we just go back to him, he is most well known for promoting the theory of evolution, which is about how things have changed. But here he is being all romantic and soppy about this tree, which has survived unchanged for 200 million years. Yes, so we have, you can grow your own living fossil in Australia. We have living fossils at our Jurassic Ark site, and we have Araucaria pines still growing in Australia. They're called southern pine trees because these days they only grow south of the equator. I've seen the monkey puzzle trees, that they have those at Kew Gardens as well, and a lot of private gardens have them in the UK. But as Joseph said, they are imported from South America at the moment, and there are a whole lot of other Araucaria pines. But 200 million years, and they're unchanged. There's no evolution there, so I don't know why David Attenborough is getting quite so romantic about it.